Business's brand is powerful, echoing your soul's aspirations out to your market. The name you choose, the date you launch, the colors you adopt, all vibrate your vision to potential clients. Does your business reflect your aspirations and vision? Welcome to Colors Behind the Brand. Join our live and interactive exploration into the energy of color and numerology behind well-known business brands, special guest case studies, and surprise audience spotlights showing you examples of businesses with soul. And now, here are your hosts, Moira Bush, founder of the Moira Bush Academy for Soul Businesses, and Amy Bell, founder of United Colors of Design magazine.
Wow. Again, a fast minute.
Wow, an incredible fast minute there, Amy.
Oh, well, you know, when we play that intro, we have to madly do our little sharing and get it out into the world. So if you're watching us, just make sure that you share it out to your world because, you know, the more people who can learn about color in these conversations, the better.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, hey, Moira, our first show. Woo!
Well done, girl. This was your brainchild.
This was actually Brian's brainchild. Once I'll tell that little story, but he was like instrumental to getting this off the ground. So
Wow.
Just a little note, when you're watching, if you're watching within a group, you may be asked to allow StreamYard to show your photo. StreamYard's legit. We already show our photo everywhere. So this just lets us know when you make comments. I can see Michelle. Hi, Michelle, and Judy. So we can see your names, so we can see your faces, and we can see what channel you're coming from, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn. So just give it permission and make your comments because we love the comments. Oh, Lisa Charmaine's here. Nice. Okay. So this is
all the way from the USA, Lisa.
Yes.
Fabulous. Oh, isn't that amazing? Well, that's great. So we can actually see, I've got my comments on. Oh, this whole StreamYard new technology thing has got me on a buzz. So I can see everything. I mean, this is amazing, hey? What a brilliant idea that somebody came up with software like this, because it's the perfect kind of product when we've been in this lockdown and not able to see people physically, that we could still gather. So that and Zoom, I mean, it's just, thank you for these wonderful creative souls who created these things for us. So that's just a thank you to the technology gods and goddesses.
Yes, absolutely. So exciting. Okay, so we have a very loose agenda. We have things we want to cover, but first of all, I'd like to talk about the magazine that is sort of the underpin to all of these color conversations that we've been having. You can see it right here in the background. Moira's got them up. She's got her pink edition out.
They're heavy. They are. They're so thick.
I know. I've got my latest coral edition. And so as we were entering into season 2, because we've already had a full year worth of magazines, which is amazing. And thank you to everyone who's reading it and loving it and purchasing it so they can have the hard copy. But we also wanted to amp things up a little bit in season 2. And I had my little editorial meeting with Moira this summer, sitting in her beautiful, newly feng shuied backyard. Hey, Sherry. So we decided that the shadow conversation that Moira was writing last year was necessary for last year because of all the crap we were going through, you know, lockdowns and people losing their businesses and people starting new ideas and all that stuff. So the shadow deck that Moira created was actually useful and needed last year. But as we move into these new colors coming up for 2021-2022 season, hey, Denise, hey, Sonia, Michelle, thank you for joining us. As we are going into these the different colors, so we're in coral, which is hugely expansive. We're coming up with orange in January, gold in April, and then yellow in July. So they aren't shadowy colors now, right? They're more bright. They're more step into your power. We've already done that shadow work. Lucky you, it's already finished, huh? We're done it.
If you say
so. That's what I'm putting out there. No more need for the shadow work to be done. So Moira and I were discussing different ideas, and both of us love marketing. Both of us love branding. Both of us love talking to entrepreneurs and business owners about their brand story. And so what we decided to do this year is have conversations around the colors of business. And then that came out when I was telling my king there about that new column idea. He's like, oh, you guys need to do a live show and keep the conversation going in between the different publications. So that's where we're at. And so this conversation right now is a coral conversation. We're going to continue that from our article in the magazine, and we're going to start off with AIRBNB,
which has a coral logo.
Yeah,
we featured it in the magazine, so we're going to give you some more in between information about it. Yeah.
Yes. So just making sure, if you're just popping in now, just give all of these channels permission so we can see your face in our little chat line up here. Don't hesitate to ask any questions as we're going along. We can see them. So let's get started. Moira, let's talk about AIRBNB.
Yes, AIRBNB, actually, when I was looking for coral companies with coral logos, my hubby Paul actually did a search, and he said, did you know that AIRBNB now have a new logo and it's coral? So he kind of put me onto the Google search engine to have a look at it. So it just made sense that we featured in the magazine a company that specifically has coral as their face to the world through the logo. And I'm going to come onto a slideshow for you here, and then we can just look at some of the information that we actually put together for the magazine. Hang on. There we go. Hold on. Technology coming away with me. There we go. So it started off as Air Bed and Breakfast. So actually the name was slightly different. And that was in October 2007. Really, the two of the founders just decided to charge somebody for coming to stay at their house. And that's how the idea was born. And they then officially launched it as a website business to have people make the bookings on the 11th of August 2008. I love the 11 and the 8s there. That's just absolutely also such a prosperity kind of energy, because 8 is about infinity and flow and abundance. 11 is about a portal opening. They really were opening up a portal to a different way of doing business. To me, they were like the trendsetters, like Uber was, where it was a taxi company and they didn't own a single vehicle. So I love that. They had a little play when they changed their name from Air Bed and Breakfast to AIRBNB. They went into a different color. They kind of got rid of the pink, which I thought probably wasn't a very clever thing to do, because when they were Air Bed and Breakfast, they had that blue for boys, pink for girls. So kind of making a gender equality kind of, message that went out. And then AIRBNB suddenly became all very business-like, very blue, very structured. They probably needed it because they were growing so fast that they needed a little bit of that male blue energy to get things organized. Because when we talk about color in a metaphysical world, or an energy world, we talk about blue being masculine, disciplined, organized, getting the job done, setting the goals. And we talk about pink as feminine and creative and fluffy and kind of dreamy. And, so you kind of need that male energy to kick the female into gear to get things done. So they kind of dropped that feminine bit for a little while, which is probably, it was at the time that they were in. It was how the business was evolving. Then in 2014, they actually went for a new coral logo, and they kind of did a play on the A, the shape of the A for air, and the flowiness. I love this logo. You kind of have to really look at it to see what they're trying to, to say with it. But they definitely, I loved it. The 2014 energy was 4567, which is turquoise. So they went with a complementary to turquoise for their logo in 2014. Then what we did is we looked at the 3 because coral relates to the number 3. So in numerology, this is the keywords for numerology when 3 comes up. Just on a sort of an overview, is it's about the Trinity, it's about the law of attraction, it's about expression, magical manifestation, and holistic health. So for me, out of this numerology kind of overview, Airbnb was really tapping into the law of attraction to increase their income and to make more money. And I also think that there's a little bit of that Trinity energy here, that they can, if you look at the symbol of A, it's got the 3 cornerstones, the top of the A and the 2 bottom legs of the A. There's that energy of 3 captured in the logo as well. So that I loved about it as well. Right. And then the next one is the coral color. And the coral in color mirrors, because we're basing a lot of this on the color mirrors energy. In color mirrors, the key words for the coral color in the color psychology is expansion, success, fame, and the balance between love, which is pink and yellow, joy. So you mix pink and yellow to kind of make the coral color. And again, here, I think Airbnb, by tapping into this now, if you thought they'd already got to be a big successful company, there's more coming. They definitely, there's something else that's going to expand. They're going to keep expanding and keep growing. Just when I tuned into them, it feels like them taking over some kind of buildings that's been abandoned and converting them, doing something in the future that is about taking something that was small and forgotten and had no value and suddenly converting it, and like a DIY job on it, and like these HGTV makeovers things that we get, and turning it into something a lot bigger. So I'm feeling that that's actually what's coming up for them.
That's interesting, Moira. Yeah.
And then the energy of the 3 and the coral, because whenever we work with a therapy system like color mirrors, is we say, if you have got a problem with utilizing the energy of coral, if you still resist actually expanding your business, making it bigger, it will heal the underlying patterns, the underlying kind of blocks and resistances that you have. So the energy of the number 3 and the coral helps you to become firstly aware of, and then you can begin to work with those restrictions of victimhood, responding to things in a victim way, feeling invisible, perhaps hiding some of your talents, and where you still might have a low value system. Low value systems, when a lot of people recognize this, when you feel you don't charge enough for your services, or maybe you're afraid, or you don't take enough money for your services and products, and any form of self-abuse as well, because coral is a color that really relates to your lower intestines, where your nutrients are assimilated, which is the value system of your body. If you don't put nutrients in your body will die. So you really look at, where do I not add nutrients to my business? Where do I not add nutrients to my clients or add value? And coral is just a color that will really heal and have you dig up why you don't give the best towards your business and your clients. So that really was what we came up with. That's a little bit of extra information we didn't really get to expand upon too much in the magazine article. So I'm hoping that that's interesting, guys.
Mm-hmm. I think, we've got the coral edition that we're working on. And a lot of times people, like the columnists, the readers, the advertisers, like everybody is going through a little bit of a coral healing just by being involved in the magazine. So I really have each issue, each color that comes up, I'm like, oh, this is happening again. This is happening. Yeah. So the thing that was happening with the coral edition was this expansion thing, which, do I move to different platforms? Do we come on, extend the magazine from just paper and magazine format into this sort of interactive stage that we're doing? So that's a way to say, okay, I'm ready to step out. And Airbnb, at the time they're changing over their logo, they're pretty much dominating the planet You had mentioned something, I think we're going to talk about it, the 11 energy and the gateway energy.
Yeah, it's like doorways opening. I mean, that 11 that they had on the 11th of August 2008, that 11 is like a door. It's opening up, and it's asking us to open up the doors to our homes,
Yeah.
to allow it to become an Airbnb, part of the Airbnb group. So
Yeah, like
and
literally open up your doors
literally
and
open up
allow
your
us
door.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Just to let you know that that whole self-value that we were talking about, that coral can help you heal where you don't feel validated or valued or self-valued, and you don't want to take money. Even I went through a little bit of, during the coral, when we were doing the whole coral thing, I was going through, I really need to revisit my fees. I really need to relook at where I put energy in my business, and, and do things for free when I could actually be, earning some income from, from some of the work I do. So I went through the same thing.
Yeah, like who else out there, around this time, because we've been working on the Coral Edition pretty much since August, August and into now. So I'm wondering if anybody who's watching has had, the thoughts of, oh, I can't charge that much, or they've stepped into their power going, hell yeah, I'm going to charge that now. Like, I put my time in and it's time to go. Like, I'd be interested to know who else is swimming in this really cool coral energy. So put it in the chat, like put it in your comments so we can see.
Yeah, Coral definitely says time to step up. So we've had Lisa say, I love the coral energy incorporated into my business logo. You and Moira were my consultants, and such a common color that comes up for my clients. Yeah. They're definitely, Lisa, I'm glad that you've got coral in. That's really, really good for you. We've had a question from Sonia Wagner. What's the magazine about? Definitely. Sonia, we can go on for hours about what the magazine's about.
Sonia, I have a magazine called United Colors of Design, and I created it with all of this sort of color, psychology, energy of color, and numerology, and every edition is devoted to a different color of the rainbow. So we've already done black, copper, red, and pink, and now we're working on a coral edition, and then we have the other colors coming up. So everybody who writes for the magazine has their own subject that they're an expert in. So we have legal, we have marketing, we have lifestyle stuff. So the colors of energy, the color of intimacy, the color of astrology. And we've also got mentors in each sort of creative industry. So makeup and interior design and jewelry and all of these different things, right? So we all look at it through the lens of the one color. And then we get to have these conversations about what coral means in this particular issue, as you see it through a wealth building perspective, which we have a wealth building columnist, and we have, the colors of business that Moira and I do. So it's geared towards creative entrepreneurs who share a love of color and are looking to expand their businesses. So we have, people to help you with that as well. So in a nutshell, that's what it is.
Yeah, and it's free, online free, and you can get, if you would like a printed copy, and they are so beautiful, you get it on Amazon. But definitely go to the United Colors of Design website. There it is, unitedcolorsofdesignmag.com, and go and have a look. There's links to all the previous editions, and you can do a little perusal through it, and you'll thoroughly enjoy it. We'd love to hear back from you, Sonia, what you think of it. And yeah, right, let's get back to Airbnb. Come, let's go back and have a look at that, and have a look at our slide here. Right, so technology, right? So Airbnb has the consonants at the top, and the consonants represent your outer face to the world. In other words, the first energy, when somebody says Airbnb, there's a frequency that goes out from your mouth when you say it, and you can actually quantify that frequency by looking at the number value in the letter in the alphabet. So you have that Airbnb, there's a sound coming out. Now the first sound, the hardest sound, is that consonant sound. So the consonants come to an 18 and a 9. And these numbers reflect, for Airbnb, they reflect the, oh, I lost my, sorry, darlings, my little mouse here is doing a funny thing. The 18 and the 9 reflect the message that you hear when you hear the name Airbnb, and you kind of go immediately, your psyche, your filter system begins to pick up, is this company a good company? Is it a company that's after money? Is it a company that's of service? Is it a company that I can connect with and resonate with? You already begin to do a whole value system evaluation through that frequency. We can look at that frequency very fortunately through the system of numerology and color mirrors. So there sits 18 and 9. Very red energy, isn't that, Amy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You've got 18, you've got red and coral, and 9, you've got red and orange. And of course, red is all about money. It's about material success. It's about, reaching for the stars and becoming the millionaire. And, so I like that Airbnb has that, and it's warm energy as well. It's passion. I love that it sits there for Airbnb, because it's I think it's been part of why their success has grown since they became Airbnb, because that red energy definitely says, hey, we can help you make money, and we take finances seriously.
Well, and what we also discovered, that there's a whole new industry around supporting Airbnb hoteliers, so to speak. So you can hire someone to do the interior design to make your space more luxurious and sensual. They're talking about how to add in perks, like give little gifties away, like everyone's sort of one-upping one another on what you're getting when you go to an Airbnb, like making it more of an intimate hotel experience rather than just plopping down in someone's living room. So the red energy there is like kicking it up a notch, like saying open your doors, but now you've got to take it to that next level, because the coral's in there too, right? At the bottom of 18.
Definitely, yeah. And orange as well. Orange is so close to coral, and it's very creative color. So definitely it sits there. What I like about this, Amy, is that these in other industries opening up, is you would have to go to college or university to go learn about the hospitality industry. And suddenly, just the way that the whole tourism industry has changed and the hotel industry has changed, Airbnb has been such a strong influencer or disruptor. We're sitting with people suddenly just becoming lecturers and specialists and experts in the hospitality industry. So I was fantastic. It's just
yeah.
The color, that coral and the consonant numbers is just so perfect for them. Love it.
Well, we've also got, I find this fascinating information. When you have done this before for different companies, I think it's just amazing. So that's why in the show today, we're actually bringing on an entrepreneur named Sherry Brose, who's going to we're going to showcase her logo. And then if you're watching right now, stick around, because we're going to pluck one of you from the audience and you can ask us, get a little free, what does my logo colors mean, if you pop it into the chat. So, this is what we're talking about here is Airbnb, but I want you to understand that there's energy within them that may also be vibrating in your brand. And so listening in, this is the kind of information that you can get out of your own brand that already exists, or if you're creating one.
Yeah. And to remember, if there's a company that you do want us to analyze and look at, we definitely will do that. If a company that might not be around anymore that has failed, we can look into that as well.
Oh, yeah. Put that in the chat. Who would you like us to analyze?
I already nominated. I want to do Lego. I want to do Lego. I love the numerology of Lego. I can't wait to share that with the audiences. Right, let's have a look at the vowels. So when you say the name Airbnb, there's also a softer, melodious undertone, kind of flowingness to the name, because they have the vowels in Airbnb. When you say it, there's not a lot of vowels. It's only the air that is nice and soft, and that comes to a 1 and a 9. which makes 10 and 1. Now, the vowels in a company's name really represents, and the sound and frequency and color that comes off it, it's about the internal workings of the company. So it's kind of where you make your policies, your decisions, how do you do your staffing, how does your HR work? But it goes a little bit deeper than that as well. It talks a little bit about the owner of the company, you know, who's this person or the group of people who founded this company, and what really moves them, what are they about? It's a deeper connection to them. So it's not something they want to put in the marketing Facebook through the consonants out into the world, but it's definitely something that's internalized within a company. You can, by looking at the vowels, you can figure out what are their ideals, their aspirations, their dreams. You really you'll get a sense of what's behind the brand. It's a much deeper way of looking at the company. So for AIRBNB, it comes to 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and number 1, which is called the sun bottle in the color mirror system. And Amy and I, when we saw the 10, we were very thrilled, because 10 is called the Wheel of Fortune because it says the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn for you. So what motivates this company from within is they want the Wheel of Fortune to turn. The Wheel of Fortune is not just about money. It's about love, and it's about joy. So this is a company that not only wants to make money, but they want to be happy doing it. And it's their joy. It's what gives them bliss. So I love that. Absolutely love that. So we did mention that in the article, Amy. We wrote a bit about that.
Yeah. Whenever I see the Wheel of Fortune come up in someone's business, it just makes me so happy. No matter where it comes up, in the red section, in the blue section, in the black section that we're going to talk about, it's like, that's right. You're gonna get this rolling. I love it.
And the 1, of course, is the sun is going to shine on you, you know, and it's also bright. It's I am. It's about claiming personal power. Love it. Then the total, when we add the 18, you can see there, when you add the 18 and the 10, it comes to 28. When you add the 9 and the 1, it comes to 10. And again, 1 is the number, the total calculation. Here we get to look at the overall big picture of the company, which says, what are my vision and goals? What are my aspirations and intentions? And you can kind of tie that in also with that coral message that sits in their logo colors. So they come to a 28, a 10 again, and a 1. And of course, whenever numbers repeat like that and messages repeat, it is a surefire recipe for success in a company. Love it. Absolutely love it. 28 is new beginnings. The sun shining. It's like this island with a palm tree and hammocks, and, you know, you can feel all the margaritas coming out. It has that kind of really lovely energy about it. So that 28 is, again, just such a beautiful energy to have for the company. So it does speak about breaking away from the mundane routine, disrupting a pattern or a routine you've been in, and changing things up a little bit. Yeah.
Can you imagine if they actually knew about what this was before? Like, they seem to be kind of going on the flow, but, you know, if they had this information before, if you as an entrepreneur have this information before you even start, and if you run through this numerology process and the color process before you've decided your name, like, imagine what you can put into it, all this awesome energy.
And one last thing we want to mention about AIRBNB is, remember the month it was created was the 10th month, and there sits the 10, 10, 10.
Yeah.
So they have this number triply, you know, in triplicate appearing. Now remember, coral was about the number 3. So there really is just the recipe for success. That somehow the numbers is just creating this incredible success energy for them. Yeah. Fantastic. So let's go to our guests now. We've given you a lot of information about AIRBNB and hopefully number 3 and corals. We hope it's interesting
kept
for you.
Sherry locked up in the green room long enough. Okay. As much as we love AIRBNB, you know, there's a disconnect between us and them. And we want to put that energy out there so you can see, because we all obviously know what they are. But we want to connect with entrepreneurs so that they can also see what happens when you start something new and if you start this process. So I'm just going to read Sherry's bio from the magazine. She's our Colors of Feng Shui columnist. And Sherry is a certified Feng Shui practitioner and graduate of the International Feng Shui School. She is also a graduate of the New York Institute of Art and Design, where she studied Feng Shui interior design. Sherry is a red ribbon professional member of the International Feng Shui Guild and has been practicing Feng Shui for over a decade. She resides in Niagara, Ontario with her husband and her little Maltese fur baby. So now we'll bring on Sherry.
Woohoo!
Hi, ladies.
Another little clapping track for you too. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Sherry, thank you so much for coming on. Short notice. We kind of sent out a note like just a few days ago and said, Sherry, get on.
Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
So we have brought Sherry on because she has done the process that we just went through for Airbnb. She actually did it for her own business as she was deciding on a rebrand. So knowing what she had as a name before and then changing it and seeing what that looks like. So we've got a slide just like the Airbnb one for Sherry. Okay.
So, yeah, Sherry, you had, Amy actually did this for you. Yeah, we just put this up. Amy did created your logo and design for you, so she can talk us through this. So I've just created a slide here that shows you what you used to look like.
Oof.
And what do you feel about this old way that you used to put your business out into the world? That name, Serene Energy Feng Shui.
Well, first of all, I really don't think the action of the red really goes with serenity. I think that would be more blue.
So you missed something there.
So that really is off the boat there. I really missed the mark there. There's just too much. It looks hard. The lettering looks hard. The colors look harsh. It's not what I'm trying at all to.
And what made you go to consult with Amy to change this? What point were you in with your business and your life that you decided I can't do this anymore? Something has to shift.
Well, first of all, I took the numerology course with color, and also I felt I knew Amy was an excellent designer, and she does beautiful branding, and I wanted to increase my notoriety a little bit out there and increase my client base, and it certainly has worked since I've gotten the new branding, I will tell you that. And
has it changed? Big time.
It's changed. It's really changed. I'm very busy. Yeah, I'm very busy, and yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, if I look at the numbers you had the G19, which is it relates to the number 70, and a 7, which was very watery. So you had the water element there. That's pretty cool for a Feng Shui consultant, right? And that was your outer face to the world. But that G19 is about communication and speaking, and it was like you spoke a lot, and a lot fell on water and kind of flowed away. So you couldn't quite hold on to your market. And the other one that stands out for me here is that 25, which is a number, it relates to the number 112, bottle number 25 in color mirrors, and that one is all about trust being broken and difficult to build trust with clients. So that was a bit tricky as well. 13 was death and regeneration. So a message that went out with that, with the old serene Feng Shui, was nothing serene. It's like, you change your house, you might die. You know, it's like it was too hard as well. Yeah. So I'm so glad that you did go to, to the numerology and color and to Amy to get it done. So let's have a look how that evolved for you. So Amy's going to talk you through this.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Over to you, Amy.
Mm-hmm. So if you look at the serene energy Feng Shui and the colors, so we do the numerology as Moira just went through, giving each letter a number that corresponds with the numerology chart that we've got, and then those numbers convert into colored bottles that we use from the color mirror system. And so this is where we make the connection between numerology through the lens of color, and we get more information. So the left side, I hope it's the left side of the screen. Maybe it's the right side for people. It's a mirrored screen for us. When we hold up our books, you can actually read it, but it then messes with my brain. So the side of the screen that shows the serene energy information. When you and I did our reading together, Sherry, I did not do the energy of serene energy feng shui. We just focused on the new one. So I was interested when we were talking about the show to actually go through and look at what it was. Yeah. And your logo, or not the lack of logo, because you had said that you didn't really have a logo, you just kind of put it out with images. But the red color there is completely missing from the energy that you had in your previous numbers, numerology, and color. There's a little bit of pink in there, which is kind of enlightened red, but the red is nowhere to be found in that color scheme, right?
Right. Yeah.
So then when we looked at Sherry BROUZE Feng Shui, we get some of that red energy that you had in your previous logo, but it's combined with this softer, the G30 is called the Wisdom Keeper, which when I talk to you, honest to God, I feel like you are the Wisdom Keeper. The information that you personally have with your experience in Feng Shui is like amazing. Just, you know, I read your bio. Everybody has heard all the stuff that you've got going on. So to me, you are deeply rooted with wisdom that comes from this energy practice, like this tool that you're using. Because essentially, you know, people are interior designers with a Feng Shui overtone. But to me, it seems like you're a Feng Shui person with an interior design undertone.
That's right. That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead, Sherry.
No, it's true. It's interior design is a modality on its own without Feng Shui. But I wanted to incorporate interior design with Feng Shui, but Feng Shui being the primary modality. So because of the energy, and that's why I'm attracted to this, you know, to the color mirror system. And I mean, I look at the Wisdom Keeper bottle and it says everything that I want to express in my business. I mean, the indigo is completely, you know, it expresses
indigo
and psychic and honesty, etc. And then the silver at the bottom, it reflects those qualities and attributes with a little bit of material in there and clarity, which is what I want to do. I want to make sure my clients are clear on why I'm suggesting what I do for them. So it's perfect.
I really got to say something about that indigo and you, and I know you, Sherry. And that indigo is about, because it's your outside message to the world. When people hear Sherry BROUZE Feng Shui, they kind of get this woman has vision. I might not be creative. I might not have a vision of what to do, but she will sort it out for me. And there's this feeling of relief that somebody can step in that has that vision that can do it for me. I think that's very powerful message that goes out with indigo. And then I like that there's this red money color sitting there saying, and I'm going to charge you for this. You know, and people will be very happy to pay you because you're upfront and say, this is a business and I value my wisdom and I put a price to it. Love that.
Yeah.
Amy, well done.
Amy, well done. Well done. It certainly has blossomed, and it really reflects what I want to express for my clients. And honesty too is very important to me. And indigo also is a reflection of honesty and that sort of thing. So it really worked. It's just beautiful. I've gotten so many wonderful compliments on the branding, and it's really, really, I really thank you. It's really wonderful.
Amazing. So let's take a look at the rest of the colors that we've got going on. So in the undertone, like the vowels of this, when I looked at the vowels of Serene Energy Feng Shui, look at all the E's in there. in Shireen Energy Feng. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 E's, which are all associated with the number 5. And to me, it's like you were putting on this mask before.
Yeah.
And there's so much of it in there, like 5, 5, 5, 5,
5, 5, 5, 5. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so it's nice.
Mercury.
Yeah, with this new name that you've come up with, like incorporating your own name with the feng shui. Now we still have some fives, but definitely not as many
Not as
as
many.
we did before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It definitely
I
softens it.
like that.
Yeah.
The colors that we have, that blue, the indigo and the silver,
Mhm.
is called the Wisdom Keeper bottle.
Yeah.
There is another bottle in the system called the Gateway, Galactic Gateway.
Galactic Gateway. Yeah.
Right? And it is the same color combination, but just the opposite. So we have silver sparkles on top and we have the blue on the bottom. And so keep the Gateway in mind, because when we look at that bottle that's underneath it, the 36 bottle, this is like a blue lilac underneath it. It's called the Gateway.
Gateway.
So you've got the color combination saying you're the Gateway, and you've got the actual 36 bottle there, which is associated with blue lilac, which is also another gateway. It's the last bottle before we head into the chakra bottles in our color mirror system. It's the last bottle that was created in that sort of wisdom group. And so you're just opening the gateway for people to invite this new type of Eastern way of putting energy into your home. Now, Western way is kind of, I loved what you did in your group the other day, because Sherry also has a group, a spin-off from the article that she writes. But I've always known that when you put your name on a mat at your front door and you step on it every time you walk through your front door, it is an absolute sign of disrespect on your name, on your business name. So all of you out there that have your name on your mat, like get rid of
it. Yeah. Get rid of it.
Get rid of that.
A new one. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So,
yeah.
Although, I love the fact that you're being the gateway for people to open their doors, to allow you to come in, number one, that they'll trust you, that, we've got that red repeating. There's a lot of red in Sherry BROUZE Feng Shui. Let me just tell you that. It's everywhere. It's in the consonants, it's in the vowels, and it's in the end result. If we can just put the next stuff up. Yeah. So we've also got creativity, that turquoise bottle on the bottom, the number 30 bottle. Yeah. That is, I love seeing that one, especially when someone's in a creative field. Like a lot of us who are watching actually are in creative industries, creative professionals. And so when that one comes up, I really love seeing that. But can you see down the side there? You've got 9, 9, 9.
9, yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Of fire energy.
Yeah, total fire energy.
Total fire energy.
Where is the logo? Do we have the logo, Michael? Yeah, okay. So now that we've got this silver and blue compared to what we had before, like it just feels like goddess energy sitting in there.
It's like the moon.
Look at that. Oh, Moira, I love your PowerPoints. They're always
Isn't that awesome? Yeah. The moon. Yeah. It reminds me of the moon.
Sorry, this is one of the things, just to let the audience know, when you get a consultation on numerology and color in business names and logos, the colors that come up, very often you'll feel particularly, like Sherry has said, drawn to a specific color or color combination. And that is what can lead the graphic designer to then create your logo with those colors. It's almost as if those colors have a soul connection to you. So you literally are creating a soulful brand. And this is so, that silver at the bottom of G30 is in the silver of the logo. It's absolutely, well, Amy just did an amazing job there. Love it.
Just me too. It's just like a starry night with stars and the moon and intuition, and it's very, very mystical, which is a lot of what feng shui is.
Yeah,
it started from the stars and back in the ancient times. So it's the stars really do. It works beautifully. It's really.
So,
And-
Sherry, Moira, when I was looking at all the nines, I was wondering more about what that 9 energy is in numerology, and because that's your thing. Like I just wrote down detachment from outcomes. And so how does that work when we're talking about a business?
Well, you have to, when I have a client, and I do, really, it's a very intimate association you have, because people give you that, they trust you to go into their homes, which is it's sacred to me. I really take that very seriously. And also confidentiality is very important to me too, because not everybody wants the world to know that they've had their house feng shuied. So you have to keep that. Once the work is done, the door's closed, and I have to detach myself from my clients, because you can get very involved and almost enmeshed with that relationship. So I think that's where the red with the detachment might come in and really help me with that, with my business.
Yeah, I think so too, because it's in the outer expression of your business. It's in the inner expression of your business. It's in the total picture of your business. Like, I think this is going to be a big lesson for you to have to learn. Now that you're getting more business, you're getting more clients, you're involved in the group that you've created. So that's building an attachment to people before they've even become your client.
That's right.
So yeah, it's going to have to.
It's a lesson. Yeah, it is. It's definitely like the color mirror system. We're growing, we're all learning. And that's why I love it, because as I'm helping my clients, I'm also on a very beautiful energy growth path as well. So it really fits the bill for me. Yeah.
Well, that silver is a mirror. So everything in your business is going to be about mirror.
Yeah. So, boy, you have to really, I think the most important thing, if you're authentic and you enjoy your work from your heart and you get joy with that, I think joy, if you have love for it and you get joy from it, it's going to be hard to go wrong. So that's really where I'm coming from. And I want everybody to be happy. And, but also too, there's a lot of psychic and mystery in feng shui. And that's where I love it. I really love calculating and trying to find the best places for people's energy in their homes. And that's
Yeah, and the other thing, just for the audience to know about having a session like this and discovering your numbers and your colors, is if you've chosen colors that go for your specific logo design, you can also tap into the colors to come up with specific marketing campaigns, banners in social media, leaflets that you want to print, website, colors for your website. That all can become part of it as well. So if you have a look, what I loved, what Sherry came up with was for her Facebook, and she's got a fantastic Facebook group. She did she used the Sherry BROUZE Feng Shui and called it the Colors of Feng Shui group. So please ask to be invited to this closed group. Sherry gives the most amazing tips on this group. And really how she got that, I'm hoping the camera's going to pick this up. This is the bottle, the wisdom one. Can you see the sparkles in there? She really took that midnight sparkly blue energy and put it as the backdrop to that logo. So well done, Sherry, that you did that. That's just amazing.
And my business cards too have my logo.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you can do it.
I love how we're mirroring each other.
That's what I like about this, the system. The system that we use is there's a message that goes with every bottle. So when I do a report, I'm including all the messages that go with all the bottles. And a lot of times people are finding, because the branding is not just about colors in your logo, it's a whole story that you're telling, right? So you want to tell the most amazing story. You don't want to tell the story of, oh, my designer chose silver and blue. You want to tell the story, my soul colors are silver and blue, and I am the wisdom keeper of myself, and I will be that for you as well. And so now you have these words to tell people, and it's so much better than just, you know, oh, that's a feng shui symbol and that's the colors that my designer chose. And, you know, it's just it's a sad damn story. That's what it is. But when I do these readings for people, and Moira does them too, we do the personal as well as the business. And then you get an even bigger story. Like, we could talk about this for hours, like just go on and on. So yes, we've got content, sort of content creation, inspiration within the messages. We've got the colors that come up that you can use for branding, for, like we said, the logo that we started with you. It moves into your Facebook page and your social channels. It moves into your videos that you do. It moves into the vision and the mission that you have with your business. So everything that comes with the way we put out this sort of report for you is 100% to create you an amazing brand story.
Yeah. I think the other thing as well is when we get back to normal and we can go out and go to meetups and groups and networking. I mean, can you imagine you've been given this dialogue of what your company and your mission is about? So now, instead of going to these meetups and people introducing themselves saying, oh, who are you? Oh, well, I'm Sherry and I'm a feng shui consultant. Oh, yeah. So there might be 10 other feng shui consultants at the event, right? So what would make you stand out is you have a dialogue to say, I'm a wisdom keeper of feng shui. A wisdom, what's that? It starts a conversation, you know.
Yeah.
I just want to be a wisdom keeper.
I'm the wisdom keeper. I'm the moon lady.
But you've also got the gateway in there. Yes. So you too are opening doors for people.
The doors.
Yeah. I'm, you know, the gateway gatekeeper.
Yeah. And then in behind there is that good old red Mars energy. Because you do need we all need that action too at times.
Yes,
but it doesn't have to be right out front if you don't want it to be. It can still be in the background. So it's such a fabulous way to do your branding, and I recommend it highly to anyone who is really thinking of looking for a new logo or would like to increase their client base. It's certainly done wonders for me, I'll tell you that. Maybe more than I wanted, but
I love the energy that's coming, that the words, just the story that comes out of what happens when we do these sessions. So we said at the beginning that we would do something for somebody who's still on. So if you have a logo and if you've got colors and you don't know anything about what the heck we're talking about here, put your name in the chat so that we can actually call somebody up, and just, you can ask your question there in the chat. Who wants to be our special guest?
Come on.
Okay, so while we give somebody a chance to type in and say, hi, we want to come on the show and tell me what, even if it's your date of birth of your business, by the way, I'm happy to look at that as well. But definitely, if color logo or your business name, or if there's some information you want, please just shout at us, all right? Lisa said, interested in Apple as a business logo and numerology. Actually, it's on my list to do. We're going to be doing Apple, Lisa. Thanks for that. Yeah, we've got that already in. Sherry, there is something I wanted to ask you. You had that bottle 30, that turquoise bottle in your numbers. Michael, if we can just bring the screen up again.
That's creativity.
Yeah, that number 30. Let's just go back. That 30 that sits over there. All right. Just wanted everybody to be reminded of that. Thank you. Now, that one, my question to you is, have you felt the need to write, or have you been writing since you've got this new branding?
Have I been writing? Yes, I have been writing. I have been writing.
Yeah, 30 is a book. It has volumes to say. It gets you creatively writing. So you've got no choice, my girl, but to put pen to paper or put the fingers on the keyboard.
Oh my God, it's just, I haven't stopped, Moira. I mean, it's just, my mind is just, it's.
Yeah. But isn't it amazing that
Wonderful.
when you were under the other name, that was not a priority for you at all?
No,
And suddenly you shift the energy and vibration of what you're speaking and what you're engaging with in your brand name, and it brings and opens new avenues in your business.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You know, I never really, I mean, I've always enjoyed writing a little bit, but now I'm involved in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 magazines. And you know, it's wonderful. It's really a lot of fun. But also too, you have to know when to sort of step back a little bit too. But I'm going to tell you, it is true. Once you get into when you find your soul, okay? When you find your soul purpose, it makes it so much. It gives you joy. If it gives you joy, then nothing's going to stop you from getting where you want to go, is what I'm trying to say. You know, a lot of people aren't involved in this and they're still writing, but there's something very magical and very mystical about this whole color mirror system and the numerology. And I truly believe it's divine. And that's my feeling. And, we all are divine. We all have that light inside of us. And if you want to light that light, you have to go and find out what color mirrors, numerology, and branding is all about.
Oh, thank you, Sherry. You're so sweet.
Thank you. Thank you for that commercial.
Lisa has just given you a comment saying, look at those beautifully blue painted nails. Lisa, you said that you would like to look at the date of your business. Can you pop the date into the comment box for us? We'll have a look at that, because we've got 5 minutes left on the show. So we definitely can look at what you've asked for here. And please, anybody else that wants their anything read, come on to next week's show and we can do it for you as well. So she said it's March the 5th, 2021. So let me do my little calculation here. March is the 3rd month. I
think she's a 4.
13-4. Okay, 13-4. All right. So in color mirrors, I will attempt to get the bottles to show you. 13-4. Michael producer is going to get the bottles next time. I remember
I'm not standing up.
So Lisa, my darling, here we've got 13-4. Lisa, are you able to come on camera, by the way? Are you okay to come on camera?
I can go.
Let's just hear if she says she's okay to be invited to come on camera. Amy, do you want to send her a link?
This is probably only 5.
Sure.
I mean, I can go.
No,
yeah, we'll pop you back in the green room when we bring it up, but we can have 4 on screen, can't we? Mm-hmm. We can have 4 on screen, Sherry. You don't have to go anywhere, girl.
Okay. I'm having fun.
Lisa said yes. Okay, so we've sent. So how this works for anybody wanting to come on the show in future is Amy will send you a link in Messenger, Facebook Messenger. You simply click on it and you can come into the green room. And when you're ready, Michael will bring you onto the live show, because you don't come straight on live. You come into the green room area and then he'll put you in. All right. Just so you know how that works. Have you got Lisa yet? We're still waiting for Lisa to come on.
Yeah, I just sent you the link.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. All right.
That's a wicked combination of colors she's got there.
Uranus and
no joke.
Pluto? Is that Pluto?
Yeah, it's
Pluto and Uranus. Oh wow.
Pluto and Uranus, 2 planets.
Ooh.
It's very astrological, isn't it? But that in itself is a message for business and setting the tone of her business.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, Lisa, have you come on yet, darling? We're waiting for you. You just have to click on. Maybe she's quickly putting lipstick on. You know, it's like
she's coming. She's coming.
Come on, Lisa.
This is unplanned. we should say if you're going to come on. There you are, darling.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. You're live.
This is post Hold on a second. I have to
Feedback. I need
close
to put
something
a
else.
device- Yeah, close the device up.
This is post.
There you go.
Okay, there we are. No, this is me after having major dental work today. So no makeup. I know it's going out to the
Listen, no judging, no judging.
no judging. But I will say, my dentist and her assistant are like, "What are you watching? We want to listen in to your class today." And then I gave them my business card, which happens to be coral. And they're like, "Ooh, I love that color. Can you come to our Christmas party and do an event for us?" I'm like, "Oh my God,
Nice.
oh, it's too funny."
Number 5 as well, please. Okay, so we're going to have a look here. First of all, it's the 5th of March. I want to look at the 5th as being important. Michael's just getting us that bottle, and that's green for go. So the day anybody who starts a business or a project on a day that green energy resonates, green is the green traffic light, you know, the green when you come to this to the traffic light and it says green, you can go. So I think you can definitely take that what you're engaging with your new business, Lisa. It's a green for go. You're going to be fine. The number 5, of course, it's Mercury, communication. So this is a business that needs communication. You need to be talking, walking your talk and talking your walk. Literally being Mercury, because this relates to Mercury, and it's everything to do with communicating hidden information, communicating truths, speaking from the heart, because the heart chakra is green. Yeah. Anything else on that, Amy, that you can think of to add?
Not on the green, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all good.
So that's the 5th.
The other bottles I have comments on, the other colors.
Yeah. Well, your number come to 13, which is Pluto, and it's death, and it represents Pluto. It represents death, regeneration, violet spirituality. So to me, this is a bottle that says, and Pluto, if you think about Pluto symbolically, it's at the furthest reaches of space, or certainly our solar system that we know about. And it says that you will go deep and far and really take your clients to areas outside of what they consciously know. So you can tap into their unconscious to help them. And, you know, that 5 communication, you know, speaking truth for them, finding things that are hidden, helping them. In a way, to me, this represents spiritual empowerment, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amy?
Yeah, the Pluto, okay, both of the colors that you've got, both bottles, the 13 and the 4, they are not my favorite, honestly.
They wouldn't be colors that I would choose.
Yeah,
like
they're
if I were to pick.
So this is the common thing that happens when I'm doing a reading for or a report for somebody where you didn't choose those, but essentially you did choose them by choosing the name or the date that you're in.
The date, yeah.
The date.
Like unconsciously you've chosen them, but consciously these are not a combination that I don't think anybody would choose together. But the 4, the yellow and the turquoise bottle, I'm making a new relationship with, because it's you will be the disruptor in people's lives. I think they're going to come to you with some pretty big issues, and you're going to have to like shake the tree and be that disruptor for them, because they don't have the ability to actually do it themselves. So I think that's what they're seeing when they come to you, like, no bullshit. You know, you better be ready to get the snot and tears going and get the Kleenex out, because we're not stopping until we're done. Yeah. And although they're going to be really ticked and really frustrated, they're going to be thanking you at the end of the day.
Yeah. Because green is new spaces, clearing old spaces for new spaces. So yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I call that the activism bottle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I'm embroiled in it right now at Berkeley, gearing up again. So, but I can see how that relates to the healing practice as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It's yellow on very deep turquoise. So this is the psychologist's colors. This is the deep analytical abilities and skills and gifts you have. So if we were to look at what's going to happen to this project, it's green for go.
I've got gifts.
Communication from the heart. You're going to go deeper with spiritual than you've ever done before. It's going to take you to the edge of the universe. and your clients. And this is a business, like Amy said, that is a disruptor, and literally no one being left behind. That you'll be very committed to make sure that no matter what, even this Kleenex comes out, they have that awakening and whatever they need.
You're gonna have to maybe drag some people kicking and screaming on this journey.
So far, knock on wood, everybody's been very open and just kind of like, okay, I'm going along the ride.
Good.
So, but that's good to know. So when it does come up, I'm going to be like, no, you're not leaving. Lock on the door.
Lock them in.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's real interesting how you, like, the G11 is, I worked with you, Amy, and Moira. You came up with trees when I thought, I'm Miss Pisces. I'm going with fish, the ocean. I ended up with a tree. And I ended up with colors that I didn't think I was going to, which was the G11. And it just like clicked.
Yeah. And G11 is coral and gold.
Yeah, coral and gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you. And Sherry, I remember doing your reading, your numerology. Go back and look. All the 9s have been showing up for the rest of your life.
Yes. I know.
Yeah, that's a beautiful bottle. Gorgeous.
Oh, so beautiful. I love that one.
It's called Generosity.
Gentle.
Yeah.
It's so gentle.
Yeah.
I love it.
It has a very calming effect on people.
Yeah.
The really great thing about this, so we use the information that's held within the system to give you a report, because business people like reports and they don't want to hear a reading because that freaks them out. So I do a report and I give you the color combinations that come up. The color combinations show up in bottle form in the report because that's what we're dealing with here. And then the really great thing is, if you're having an issue with any of the colors, or you are particularly drawn or repelled by a color, you can engage with the color through bathing in the bottle, through meditating with the bottle, through the bottle that contains those colors that you love or that you're not so excited about. And that's why we love working and looking at numerology through this system in particular, because we can see the colors, we can integrate those colors into our bodies, into ourselves, through physically, like pouring it into a bath. I really mean that. Like, you dump it in a bathtub, you get in the bathtub, and then crazy stuff happens. And so a lot of people don't know. I sometimes talk like and assume that everybody knows what's going on, but this is a color energy system. And then we use numerology to convert your business name, your business start date, like we just did for Lisa, or if you're an entrepreneur who's using your own name in your business name, then we can see what that means in your life and what that means as a business, and then you can sort of mesh the two together. So we really encourage you to just do some numerology on your name. You can do it through us. That would be great. And then we can look at the color, and then, but for sure, if you want to be a guest like Sherry was this week, or you want to pop up like an audience guest like Lisa was, like, engage with us and send us an email, so that we need case study people.
Can I ask just a quick question? Okay, so what if you have someone who has a business, not to go in great detail, but they have a business name that they just aren't able to change, and say it has kind of, well, color isn't really negative, but say if it's not really helping promote the business, or there's some sort of blockage there, what would you suggest to someone who can't change the name?
I would have you got somebody in mind?
I haven't thought of them yet. I'm about to do someone's business. I haven't looked at their numerology, but in the instance where something's a corporation, they can't just change it overnight.
That's right. They can't make changes. I would look at the CEO of the company, or the president, or the leader, or the founder, somebody who has energy influence in that brand and in that company, and have a look at their name and their date of birth frequency. and see how that can tie into add value to the brand. You know, if you have a look at a brand like Coca-Cola, for example, has been around for over 100 years. What you've got there is over 100 years, there's been many different CEOs who've actually run the company. And every time a new CEO comes in, the products change, the way the manufacturing would change, something changes, but Coca-Cola hasn't changed their name. But the influence of the person who has a say in how that company is going to evolve, that definitely is to be taken into consideration in a reading. So that's what I would do, is make sure you get that person's number, date of birth, and their name, and look at that as soul energy influencing that brand, that corporation.
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah. Fabulous.
I highly recommend getting a consultation with Moira and Amy.
Oh, thank you, darling.
No, it really helped me start on the right path with my business name, you know, and the energy behind it. And it's been successful. Yeah. I'm sure if I would have gone with, you know, the ocean and different name, it would have taken a completely different. I would have had to come back and start all over again.
Yeah. Well, we just want to say a huge thank you to Lisa for coming on and being our spotlight guest, our audience guest. And thank you, Sherry, for being our brand case study. We'll say goodbye to you guys now. Thank you so much. We love you. And thank you for giving the example to the audience so they can see, you know, what's involved and how you can be here.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, you too. So, Amy, aren't we lucky to have people that we've actually worked with that can give the examples of you know, and the benefit of branding and looking at the branding through the lens of numerology and color, and just so grateful that Sherry came on, and Lisa, of course, as well. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, so, I got to tell you, you did an amazing job with that logo for Sherry. My God, that I'm terribly sorry, but that red feng shui thing was quite and then you've got this beautiful logo for her, and the silver was just amazing. So that was brilliant. Really good work, eh?
Yeah. Oh, thank you, everyone. Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
We get it. We get the hint, Michael. Time to go
to bed.
You're rambling again, mother. Okay. Yes, this has been great. So we will see you next Thursday.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Well done for the first show, guys.